Hi, Rene Bastarache here, and today I'd like to speak to you about how the subconscious mind does not understand negative. You need to eliminate the words no, don't, not, and doesn't from your vocabulary. Here's a few examples. Don't read this. Now that's a great title to put in a book if you want somebody to focus on something specifically. Or how many times have maybe you've been doing something in the corner, maybe wrapping a present, birthday present for your wife, and you go, don't look when she walks through the room. What's the first thing she does? Okay, because when you say don't look, what are they focusing on? The word look. Okay, another one. How about don't stop? What do? You stop to see what they're talking about. Or if you tell somebody, don't look down, and they're on the top of a tall building or climbing a rock wall, what are they going to do? They're going to look down. Now they're scared. How about don't move? Try saying that to a 4-year-old child. Don't move. They're going to be wiggling and everything. And my favorite one, think about a young child. When I say a young child, it's because the subconscious mind is like a 5-year-old child. But picture a 5-year-old child walking through the house from the refrigerator with a cup filled with milk right to the brim. And you look at him and you say, don't drop that. Boom, they drop it. The subconscious mind is inclusive only. It doesn't understand things like negative words, hate, anger, greed, even competition. That's why it's important to be creative rather than competitive. Ego, and of course, envy. This is why you always seem to attract what you don't want. Think about it. If somebody says they don't want to be sick, what are they focusing on? Being sick. When you say you don't want to go broke, what are you focusing on? Going broke. When you ask somebody about their relationship and they say they don't want a divorce, what are they focusing on? They're focusing on a divorce. Or if someone says they really hope they don't run into a bad client today, what's going to happen? Okay. Or they don't want to get into an accident. Or in the wintertime, you don't want to get a cold. What are you focusing on? Getting a cold. Now, here's one of my favorite ones. Early in the morning, traffic's really bad, and you don't want to be late for work. What usually happens? You get late for work. So you need to stop focusing on what you don't want and only focus on what you do want. It's funny how when counseling people, I might ask them, what do you want? And they'll say something like, I don't want a bad relationship. What are they focusing on? They're focusing on what they don't want. I asked them what they do want. So think about that. What do you want? You need to eliminate negativity from everything you say. Never be part of an organization that has negativity in its name. Think about that. Even Mother Teresa said she won't be part of any organization that has negativity in its name. Why is that? Because the war against AIDS attracts AIDS. Organizations that want to do things like stop breast cancer are focusing on breast cancer. My favorite, the war against terrorism actually increases terrorism. When's the last time that they've had a movement towards peace or towards happiness or towards health? We live in a very negative society. In fact, we even base or define our timelines by wars, by negativity. There's the World War I era, the World War II era, the Vietnam era. We spend billions of dollars each year on weapons of mass destruction, but how much is spent on peace? When was the last time you heard maybe a newscast or a story on television where something positive was being said? Very seldom, because you don't get the viewership. They're not going to get the rankings. Instead, what are the top stories? Wars, tsunamis, earthquakes, fires, murders, riots, and worst of all, politics. Okay, so you have all these negative things because that's what seems to attract people. It all causes confusion, stress, and detracts from positive growth. So instead of what you don't want, begin saying what you do want. Instead of you don't want poverty, say that you want wealth. Instead of saying you don't want to be sick, say I want health. Instead of saying you don't want a divorce, How about something like, I want a perfect relationship, or I want a wonderful relationship? Start saying what you do want. I know I'm repeating that a lot, right? The conditioning is starting already. What do you want? Thanks for listening and have a spectacular day.